The first artistic endeavor, it's always been singing for me. Like even before I understood what words meant, I was always humming or singing. There's videos of me when I was a child that my family always showed me. And it's always been I've been my happiest with a mic in my hand, you know, or like performing or dancing. So, and being from Anchorage, Alaska, I mean, there's not much to do there. So singing was my thing to do. And so I enjoyed it. I started in my grandfather's church. And from there on, I begged my parents to move to California. We made that move, and then opportunities started building. And definitely the music scene in Alaska, I didn't get to experience it firsthand because I moved to California when I was 12. But from what I've been recently hearing, it's definitely growing and it's building. So I'm happy to hear that people are chasing their dreams, because there is a lot of talent in Alaska that's not tapped in yet. And so it's great to see them actually doing it now. And I'm hoping that one day, hopefully everything goes well so that I can shed more light on the talent in Alaska and people can freely follow their dreams. So the LA experience, moving from Alaska to LA, was definitely a big shift, because in Alaska, you know, things are more slow paced, a little more chill, calm, laid back. It's very routine. In LA, it's kind of like things are fast paced and it happens when it happens, you know, and it happens quick. So you kind of just have to keep up with that. So that was a big adjustment, and definitely weather, because it's cold as shit in Alaska. It's, you know, hot here. But my experience in LA it's been dope so far. You know, I hear a lot of, you know, unfortunate stories, and thankfully I haven't gone through any personally. I've definitely gone through some fuck shit, but you know, you got to learn how to maneuver and kind of just play that off. So I've had those dealings, but I don't allow it to like keep me down or break my spirits. I keep going and pushing, and I think that's just the best thing to do. And so LA has been great. I love LA. I really don't see myself living anywhere else but LA. I've fallen in love with it. No, yeah, when in LA, as far as like fashion wise, it can be very trendy, but definitely also fashion forward. So you have like that's the great thing about LA, is there's something for everybody. So you just got to find your niche and kind of stick with it. But fashion wise, it is hard to layer here. But when it gets colder, I definitely pull out my little jackets, my little layers and shit. That 40, 50 ain't nothing to people who are really from that cold weather. You know, I got ice in my veins. I'm from Alaska. That shit don't faze me. So when I see people out here and they're like freaking out because it is 40, 50, I'm like, you guys ain't seen nothing yet, okay? And I'm sure you can understand, especially being from Chicago, because I heard it gets cold. See, that part I don't miss. I love snow, but I can't really deal with the 12, 16 inches. No. My first recording experience as far as hearing like playback was, I used to do YouTube videos in Alaska, and I got this mic set up and I hooked it up to my laptop so that when I record, I could put the audio over it. And I remember listening to myself back and I was like, that's how I sound. Like in my heart, I knew I felt it, you know? So it was definitely, the emotion was there. Some notes were definitely off. And I'm like, okay, singing lessons is on the list at this point. But my first studio recording, I think it was a cover. And I think it was a Whitney Houston song. And I heard it back and I was like, I'm actually proud of myself, because I definitely went through the singing lessons, went to the studio, and I was happy with it, honestly. I wasn't like turned off, like, okay, maybe singing isn't for me. I enjoyed it. Right, so as far as in my career now, I only write for myself. I have yet to write for another artist, so hopefully one day that'll come about. But I have written songs where I'm like, this would sound good with such and such. But I'm just all about creating freely with whatever creative is in there. There's no ego, none of that, no set plan. We just, whatever we're feeling at that moment, that's what we create. And I think that's what the best music comes from, is just allowing yourself to be that open. With me, that helped me elevate my sound and my music, my confidence, was definitely just knowing myself more and understanding who I am as a person. And that comes with time and experience and trying new things and figuring things out if this works for you. It's just about, you know, testing things. It's all trial and error. And then when you do go through the error, it's okay to mess up. You know, mistakes mold you into being who you are. So I feel like embrace those. And so that's definitely what helped me boost my confidence, because now I know what doesn't work for me. I know what works for me. And then I'm going to do what works for me at my best of my ability. So that's how I did it.